Welcome everyone to the channel. Today we're diving into the powerful and fascinating story of the United States economy. A journey of growth, crisis, innovation, and global dominance. Let's get started. 1. The beginning. 1700s, early economy. Long before the United States became powerful, it was just a collection of colonies. People worked mostly in agriculture, growing tobacco, cotton, and food crops. The North focused on small farms, trade, and early industries. The South depended heavily on plantation farming and slavery. Money was limited, trade was difficult, and most goods came from Europe. But everything changed after independence in 1776. Building a nation. 1800s. After independence, America started building its economy from scratch. Key developments: creation of a national banking system, development of roads, canals, and railroads, rise of manufacturing industries. The Industrial Revolution transformed the country. Factories replaced handmade goods. Cities grew rapidly. Jobs increased, but working conditions were tough. America was becoming a land of opportunity. Expansion and growth. During the 1800s, the country expanded westward. Railroads connected the entire nation. Natural resources like coal, oil, and iron boosted growth. Immigrants came from Europe looking for jobs and a better life. This helped increase labor force, grow industries, expand markets. By the late 1800s, it became one of the world's largest economies. The rise of big business. Powerful businessmen, often called industrial giants, built massive companies: steel, oil, railroads. This era created huge wealth for some, big inequality for others. Workers struggled with low wages, long hours, unsafe conditions. This led to the rise of labor unions and workers' rights movements. Chapter 5. The Great Depression, 1930s. In 1929, everything collapsed. Stock market crashed, banks failed, millions lost jobs. Poverty spread across the country. This was the Great Depression, one of the worst economic crises in history. The government stepped in with job programs, financial reforms, social security systems. Slowly, the economy began to recover. World War II boom, 1940s. World War II changed everything. Factories produced weapons, vehicles, and supplies. Millions got jobs. Women entered the workforce. After the war, America became the world's strongest economy. Industries expanded rapidly. The middle class grew. This was the beginning of the American dream. The Golden Age, 1950s to 1970s, was marked by economic growth, rising incomes, home ownership, consumer culture. People bought cars, TVs, houses. Economy became a global leader. But challenges appeared: inflation, oil crises, government spending issues. Technology and globalization, 1980s to 2000s. The economy shifted from manufacturing to services and technology. Key changes: rise of computers and the internet, growth of global trade. Companies moved production overseas. America became a leader in technology, home to major corporations. But inequality started increasing again. The 2008 financial crisis. In 2008, the housing market collapsed, banks failed, millions lost homes and jobs. The government responded with bailouts, stimulus packages. It took years to recover, but the economy eventually stabilized. Modern economy, 2010 to present. Today, the U.S. economy is one of the largest in the world, driven by technology, finance, and services. Key sectors: tech companies, healthcare, finance, entertainment. Challenges: inflation, debt, wealth inequality, global competition. Chapter 11. The future of the U.S. economy. The future depends on innovation, education, global trade, climate and energy changes. The U.S. continues to evolve, facing new challenges, but also new opportunities. Computers became common in homes. The internet connected people globally. New companies were born overnight. Young entrepreneurs didn't need land or machines. They needed innovation and vision. Suddenly, information became more valuable than oil. Speed became more important than size. Knowledge became the new currency. America led this revolution. Globalization, power and problems. Economy expanded beyond its borders. Companies started, manufacturing goods in cheaper countries, selling products worldwide, hiring global talent. This made products cheaper and companies richer. But there was a hidden cost. Many factory jobs disappeared in America. Small towns lost industries. Workers struggled to adapt. The economy grew, but not everyone benefited equally. The age of credit and consumerism. Easy credit changed everything. People started buying houses with loans, cars with EMIs, goods with credit cards. The ideal was simple: buy now, pay later. This boosted the economy because spending increased, businesses expanded, jobs were created, but it also created risk. Too much debt, financial instability, and this led to a crisis. The 2008 collapse, deep story. Banks began giving risky home loans. People who couldn't afford houses were still approved. Housing prices kept rising, and everyone believed prices will never fall. But then, everything collapsed. Home prices crashed. People couldn't repay loans. Banks lost billions. Panic spread across the country. Businesses closed. Millions lost jobs. Families lost homes. It was one of the darkest times since the Great Depression. Government steps in. To stop total collapse, the U.S. government took bold action. Injected money into banks, lowered interest rates, supported struggling industries. Many people were angry. Why save big banks and not ordinary people? But without intervention, the system might have completely failed. Slowly, recovery began. The tech giants take over, 2010s. After the crisis, a new economic force dominated: technology companies. These companies changed how people communicate, shop, work, live. The economy became digital, fast-moving, highly connected. New opportunities appeared: online businesses, remote jobs, digital entrepreneurship. But again, inequality grew. Tech leaders became billionaires. Many workers still struggled. The pandemic shock, 2020. Then came an unexpected event, a global pandemic. The economy suddenly stopped. Businesses closed. Travel stopped. Millions lost jobs. Fear spread across the world. But something surprising happened: the digital survival. Instead of collapsing completely, the economy adapted. Work from home became normal. Online shopping exploded. Digital payments increased. Technology saved the economy from total shutdown. The government again supported people with stimulus checks, unemployment benefits. This helped prevent another Great Depression. Recovery and inflation. After the pandemic, demand increased rapidly. Supply struggled to keep up. This caused inflation, prices rising fast. People started feeling cost of living increasing, savings decreasing. The government responded by raising interest rates, controlling spending. Balancing growth and stability became the biggest challenge. Inequality, the hidden battle. One of the biggest issues today is economic inequality. Rich people are getting richer. Poor and middle class struggle more. Reasons include technology replacing jobs, education gaps, global competition. This creates tension in society. The green economy. The future is shifting toward clean energy and sustainability. The U.S. is investing in solar power, electric vehicles, green technology. This creates new industries, new jobs, a cleaner future. But it also requires big investments, major changes. The AI revolution. Now a new transformation is happening. Artificial intelligence. AI is changing jobs, businesses, entire industries. Some jobs may disappear. but new ones will be created. The question is, will people adapt fast enough? The ongoing story. The U.S. economy is not a finished story. It is still being written every day. It has survived wars, crises, recessions, pandemics, and every time, it has changed and evolved. Part 3. The Power of the Dollar. One of the biggest secrets behind U.S. economic power is IG, the U.S. dollar. After World War II, the world needed stability, so global leaders agreed the dollar would become the world's main currency. Countries would trade using dollars. Oil and major goods would be priced in dollars. This created something powerful: dollar dominance. Why this matters? The U.S. can print money and still stay strong. Other countries depend on the dollar. Global trade strengthens the U.S. economy. It's like the U.S. became the financial center of the world. The Federal Reserve, the hidden controller. Behind the economy, there is a powerful institution, the Federal Reserve, Fed. The Fed controls interest rates, money supply, inflation. When the economy is weak, the Fed lowers interest rates to boost spending. When the economy overheats, the Fed raises rates to control inflation. This balance is very delicate. One wrong move can cause recession, inflation crisis, market crashes. America versus the world. The U.S. economy doesn't exist alone. Its biggest competitor today is China. Innovation, technology, finance. China, manufacturing, exports, scale. This creates a global economic battle. Trade wars, technology races, supply chain competition. Other rising economies: India, European Union, Southeast Asia. The world is becoming multipolar, not U.S. only. Energy and economic power. Energy equals economic strength. The U.S. has transformed into one of the largest oil producers, a leader in renewable energy. Energy impacts, prices, inflation, global influence. Control of energy means control of economic stability. Stock market, the wealth machine. The U.S. stock market is one of the largest in the world. It allows companies to raise money, people to invest and grow wealth. Major effects: rising markets equals confidence, falling markets equals fear. But there's a problem. Markets often benefit the rich more than the poor. This increases inequality. The American dream, reality versus illusion. For decades, people believed, work hard and you will succeed. This was the American dream: own a house, have a stable job, live a better life. But today, housing is expensive, education costs are high, job security is uncertain. The dream still exists, but it's harder to achieve. Debt, the silent risk. Has massive debt. Government debt, corporate debt, personal debt. Why it works? For now. Strong economy. Dollar dominance, but risks include interest burden, economic slowdown, global confidence loss. Debt is like a double-edged sword. Cycles of boom and bust. The U.S. economy follows a cycle: growth, peak, crisis, recovery. This cycle has repeated many times. Great Depression, 2008 crisis, pandemic. Each time, the system resets and evolves. The digital economy. Now the economy is becoming fully digital. Online banking, cryptocurrencies, digital payments, remote work. This creates speed, efficiency, global access, but also risks: cybercrime, data privacy issues, job disruption. Human capital, the real asset. The true strength of the U.S. economy is people. Skilled workers, entrepreneurs, innovators. Education and talent drive technology, business growth, global leadership. Without people, no economy survives. The future. What comes next? The next phase of the U.S. economy will depend on 1. Artificial intelligence. Will reshape jobs and industries. 2. Climate change. Will force economic transformation. Global competition, especially with China and emerging economies. 4. Innovation. New technologies will define power. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the U.S. economy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.